Welcome back. Welcome
Wow.
back to Get This Man Some Help, where we are debuting
New theme music?
Deni Advia's music.
Deni's music.
This is Deni's music, brought to us by Puma Distortion.
Okay.
You heard in the middle there, it said Turbo, which I love. So, Sean, welcome back. The other day, I was dropping my kid off at school, and as I was leaving school, there's this area where they have all the compost bins lined up.
Okay, like where this is heading.
Yeah. Overnight, some critter had gotten into the compost bins, right? So there's kind of strewn about, and the crows have come.
Okay.
And they are having a blast.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I'm looking around, fine. But I look to the left, and I see one crow delicately removing the intestines from a dead rat.
Okay.
Okay. The Blazers
Oh, here we go. Here's the time.
and the Memphis Grizzlies matched up. And it was like that.
It was
It's
less
entertaining.
Less entertaining.
Less entertaining.
Yeah.
Equally as grotesque. We can barely beat the teams who are actively trying to lose at this juncture. We have seemed to hit peaked out on the Scoot Henderson experience. We are running the already worn tread on the tires of Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant to fume into wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have no hope of tanking teams below us. We have no hope of beating teams above us. We are in a unique kind of grotesque place where we are delicately removing the intestines from dead rats.
But very comfortable. This is kind of a throwback. You know, this was
We're used to this.
The Terry Stotts era, basically. We'll make a run. We have I think the weakest strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Heading into the end of the season. So we'll make a run.
Well,
We'll get the play in. We'll definitely.
But Sean, they've said we've had the weakest schedule for a couple weeks, and it doesn't seem like it's that weak for us.
Well, first of all, listen. You're missing your all-star. You're missing your soon-to-be all-star, Shaden Sharp. Donovan Clingan has gone full Draymond Green. He's like me when I go to any social function. He's immediately looking for the fire alarms because I'm not going to pull them yet, but I'm going to need to know because I'm going to pull them soon. And he pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah,
he just clubbed some guy. Some very 80s professional wrestling. Just clubbed him over the back. Give him one of these and give him one of those. And said, I'm out of here. The shower's for me. Yeah, I mean, it's a rough period. Timing has been bad. I agree with you. If you're relying on 37, 38-year-old Drew Holiday to have to go for 30 and 10 to win a game, that's not where you want to be. I think I've maybe texted you sort of forming a rivalry with the Memphis Grizzlies is not what a serious basketball team tries to do, but it was a burgeoning rivalry of who can make this. It's rough times, and you got the end of the season as other teams are sort of gearing up for the playoff run. We are, pecking out squirrel intestines.
And this was not. I mean, you can say all those things. Yeah, we were missing our all-star. We were missing Shaden. The Memphis Grizzlies started Ryan Rupert,
I know,
who they just signed 10 days ago. I mean, they weren't exactly the picture of health, Sean. They were these players. I mean, this is a team that you would hope that your prized draft pick, Scoot Henderson, would be able to cause some havoc with. Would be able to have a strong showing. But his shot looks like my shot.
He's regressed, and we talked a lot.
Sean, would you take me or Scoot Henderson in a 3-point battle right now?
Well, it's tough. That's tough
because he's missing not only right or left, he's missing long too. It looks like he's hucking it. It looks like my kid who doesn't have enough strength to get to the rim is just moonballing.
When his first games, his first couple months in the league, every 3-pointer looked like footwork wise like a floater, and that's not how you shoot for 3-pointers. And he's regressing. He's going back. Like his feet are not. He's not setting his feet. His balance is off. The shots look bad, and it's because he's in his own head. And here's how you can kind of tell. When he's in motion, when he's driving, when he's pulling up, his shot looks a lot better because he's not overthinking it. Because he's in his motion, he's coming right off of the dribble, blah, blah, blah. It's instinctual. he's overthinking it. I guarantee you, and I text you this, I guarantee you in practice and in warm-ups, he is absolutely nailing every shot he's taking. And as soon as the whistle blows, he's thinking too much. He's in his own head. It's a really rough place to be. I think he's kind of in his, this is he going to get a contract extension? How come he's not playing a lot? But you can just see it on his face. He's not the sort of jovial, like, I mean, his head is not in a great place right now. And he's overthinking and underthinking where he shouldn't be. And she's right. You have a game against a team that in the best, if they had their full lineup, they're not a great team. You just have all of their players in the street clothes, the Grizzlies. If you're Scoot, you should be drooling. Like, this is my game. I'm going to come back and I'm going to I'm going to show you. And he couldn't quite do it. And it's worrying. It's worrying.
It is worrying. And the frustrating thing for me is, before the All-Star break, his shots weren't going in necessarily, but they looked good. And it was like kind of like what we used to say about Shaden a lot, who, the shot just looks wet, even if it's not going in. The frustrating thing for me is, okay, his shot looked awful, but there was one play in the game where he got past Walter Clayton Jr. because I think he could get past Walter Clayton Jr. anytime he wanted to. And he got past him and he scored a reverse lay-in, but they called it back because there was a foul on the floor or whatever. And I was like, why aren't you doing this all the time? Like, the ball feels like a hot potato in his hands. Like, he can't wait to get off of it. And when he does, he forces things and he gets into stuff that doesn't seem like his strength.
No, it's his confidence is shot. I mean, if you'd have told me 2 years ago that we would be entering in sort of no confidence Scoot, I would say, well, that's impossible. This guy is the most confident guy just
have you seen the draft?
Drips confidence. Doesn't even need a shirt.
No. Why would you? You remember what was it? Ted Lasso and Jamie doesn't wear a shirt and drips stoop on his chest.
I mean, but yeah, I just think it's been, the injuries and the sort of not getting the playing time and it's been a bad, and like I said, for these guys, especially knowing that like a contract, like your sort of make or break contract extension, I mean, there's a chance he might not be back next year. Like, they might just give him the Rion Rupert treatment, because in this next draft, if we keep the draft pick, which I'm not entirely sure, I think it's like 1 through 14.
If we don't make the playoffs, don't we keep it?
I think so. Basically.
So and the danger there is if we don't convey it this year or next,
it's like
then it goes no matter
8.
Then it goes no matter what to the Bulls, and then the problem is we won't have a pick to swap with the Bucks.
That's right.
Which means we don't get the benefit of that.
Right. So I mean, we're heading into this what could be a very important draft for them. And if you look at the sort of draft boards, who's going to be like the kind of player that's going to be available is like a point guard, explosive point guards. Like that entire like 9 through 16 are just nothing but like explosive point guards.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's I don't know. I this is the first time where I'm like, oh, like maybe this is not going to work. But
it's really, really tough. And I don't know if there's anything to this, but the fact that they keep like signing like guards to like 10-day contracts and like 2-way contracts, I'm like, what are they signaling with this? And it's kind of like a little worrying when our announcing team isn't going nuts anymore, and they seem like so cautious. Like the other night against the Hornets, they were like super excited about Brandon Miller, like just so excited about Brandon Miller,
fawning,
and you could just tell. And you texted me, you're like, what could have been? They're just kind of salivating over what could have been, and obviously we didn't have a chance to draft him, but like the fact that even the shine's coming off for them a little bit. Like in the Memphis game, Lamar Hurd had this thing where, Scoot missed his first shot and he missed it bad. Yeah. It was too hard and it was to the right. Yeah. And Lamar was like, okay, let's, it was like a dad telling the kid, like, hey man, you messed up, but now's an opportunity to come back and try again. It wasn't like keep shooting, shooter. It was like,
well, I mean, just the thing about it is it's a really, because the expectations are so high when you're a top 3 draft pick. And because you can see it. You can see the flashes of what he could be. Like, you can see, in a slightly different universe, if maybe someone had taken a left instead of a right, you can see, like, he's got all-star talent in there. But just to watch, it's I mean, I'm not going to say it's as bad as Ben Simmons, because there's never been a bigger bust than Ben Simmons. But you're starting to see...
Ben Simmons was an all-defensive player at some point. Like, he earned... Like, people forget. Like, he earned that max contract. He was, like, an untouchable asset. Like, Ben Simmons became a bad contract, but for a while, he definitely was not a bust. He was... he could guard 1 through 5. He was legit.
A terror.
And his court vision was insane.
And without really needing to shoot, was an absolute terror. Yeah. But, I mean, Scoot has the same body language that Ben Simmons started to have when Doc Rivers broke his brain. It's not moping necessarily, but just the lack of confidence, the sort of uncertainty of what I'm going to do or what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, great shooters know when they shoot the ball, they're going to make the shot. And Scoot is doubting when that ball goes up. If that ball's going to, like, he's the one doubting whether that ball. And then when you get in that play, it's just really hard. It's really hard to watch. There's still a lot of time, but yeah, I just think if you're Scoot, honestly, I mean, quiet as kept, I think one of the things that maybe in the back of his head it's hard to get rid of is Caleb Love. Because Caleb Love played really well, and the only reason he's not still playing really well is the Blazers don't have the space for him, but that space could open up, and it could be
the only reason he's not playing is because one was drafted 3rd and one was undrafted. Caleb Love unimpeachably has had a better season.
It's not even close. And
unimpeachably.
And it's not even, like I said, it's not a talent there. I still think Scoot is more talented. He's not as good of a shooter, but the other stuff, you know what I mean? Like, he's a better passer theoretically.
Well, Caleb Love wasn't a shooter either, but he showed improvement and he got better and he had some consistency. Scoot, the thing I don't get is we're in this middle, which you said is comfortable. It's a bath that's already been drawn for Blazers fans. We can always slip right in. But, like, what are we doing? Because, like, Drew Holiday and Jeremy Grant aren't going to lead us out of the first round.
No, but so who might? Who might though? A healthy Deni and a healthy Shaedon. If you had a healthy Deni, healthy Shaedon, healthy Klingon.
So maybe you think, okay, we're going to tread water until those guys can come back. I get that. That's true. I mean, that's true. That's a good point. But
like I said, I just feel like it's tough because they're still so young. And Drew Holiday is like Drew Holiday is like a borderline Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Jeremy Grant's a proven commodity. I'm not saying Jeremy Grant's a Hall of Famer, but he's a proven. And so it's hard to, like, do this thing of, like, no, these 2 guys that are injured are legitimately the 2 most dynamic offensive players on the roster. And when any team, when you take away their 2 top offensive guys, they're going to struggle a little bit, So I just...
Oh, for sure.
It's like I said, we'll see what happens. To me, the interesting thing is going to be, are the Blazers going, like, are they at the precipice of, like, okay, Shaedon has got an injury that we really should we should play it safe. Like, this is an injury that if he messes this up, it could become a long-term thing, and that's not what you want, especially for a guy who needs to be explosive,
Right.
Deni, the back thing, backs are always tricky. It's hard to heal a back. So are we at the point where, are we going to try to get them back and really make a push for the play-in, or are we just going to say, maybe we should just call it a day, give the young guys some run? And
we're making the play-in because,
I mean, there are a lot of
terrible
teams.
People below us are dedicated. They are dedicated. They are dedicated. I mean, we lost. We managed to beat Memphis, but if Scottie Pippen Jr. played, would we have? I don't know.
Yes, if Scottie Pippen Jr. were there, would we have? Not when I'm talking about Ja Morant. No, Scottie Pippen Jr.
If you're a Scottie Pippen Jr. away from losing that game, that's a little bit concerning, for sure.
But look, there were some bright spots. Okay, let me tell you, our guy Rob Williams. Can I tell you how happy I am? I mean, I was almost tearing up watching him just go crazy. The double-double, like a 2010 double-double, whatever he had. Oh, how can you not want to root for that guy? Oh my God. All the problems, all the injuries, the whole thing. And,
he is so agile. He's so light on his feet.
He's only like 6'9".
Is he?
Yeah, but he's got the freakishly long arms, and he's like a cat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. Just incredible. And again, another guy who, well, we may be back, maybe not back. Who's to say? But you know, I'd tune in for the Rob Williams show for the next 19 games or whatever.
If you could have Rob Williams not be an injury risk, like he'd be your starting center. Klingon would still be on the bench. Like you would be a far better team than you are now. Like he's a really good player. Like,
I mean, I would, truth be told, I would like to see more Klingon Rob Williams on the court together.
Well, Rob does, you know, he's got like a cheeky little shot going on.
That corner,
I know he's only taking. He's like 15 for 30 or something.
Amazing. And let me tell you something. At home, the Blazers at home, and Rob Williams hits a three, the stadium goes nuts. I mean, people go crazy. Still go crazy.
Yeah. I mean, this could be just, you know, a doldrum thing, and obviously it's a, you know, the Deni effect is so real, and you know, I get it, but the difference between being a junior team and being a grown-up team is you can withstand that stuff. I mean, the Oklahoma City Thunder, no matter what happens, they just have the system, they have the confidence. Anybody's going to step up.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's a little unfair because Oklahoma City.
I know it's unfair. I'm just saying.
Just like their bottom five guys could be starters on most other teams. Like they are just stacked.
They find, you know.
But no, I take your point. Like we're not there yet, and like I said, I don't want to put too much on his shoulders, but I do think that's the situation where you want your your third pick to be able to step in and say, I got it. Like I can.
Yeah.
I
mean, Scoot should be, like you said, like salivating. He should be like, this is my chance. I'm going to really show out what I can do.
Yeah. Well, just because like, there was not a guy on that Grizzlies team who was able to stay in front of him, you know? No. And I just think those are and like, you know, I understand, like, you know, you're playing in your 40 and over game and you just want everyone to have a good time. Maybe you don't, you know, go to town like that, but it's a contract year.
Sean, even in our 40 and over game, you get on me about not passing out of the post fast enough.
Yeah.
It ends up not being fun. Like you got to move the ball. If you're Scoot, you got to figure out what you can bring to the team, because otherwise he's sitting in the corner, which is like nobody's worried about that, because all of a sudden Drew Holiday has to take over all the reps because Scoot doesn't have the, you know, it tumbles over. All of a sudden he's throwing bad passes.
Yeah,
he's like, it kept adding up. And it was the first time where like I've been such a stalwart of his, and it was really the first time where I was just like, this is borderline. Like I texted you, I'm like, this is not professional.
Yeah.
This is amateur stuff. Like this is not. Every one of those ticket holders in that arena should be like refunded for their trouble. Like that is not a good basketball. The first like quarter and a half were especially horrific, as everybody was jacking up threes, just missing wildly.
It was very 24-hour
Jeremy
fitness
Grant
ball.
falls down. Like how many times per possession does Jeremy Grant fall down? Like he's just constantly on the floor.
Which I get a little anxious because he's not a young man anymore. Like can't be just.
And then Donovan Clingan's like, I've had enough. Let me just punch a guy with my elbow.
The hell with this. Bam.
Yeah. Just right in the chops.
and hit him and immediately started walking to the locker room. Like wasn't even like, this is okay. Thanks for the time. I'm out. Yeah.
And they just kept showing on replay, and Omax Prosper's face just Okay, so let's move on. I wanted to ask you something. Could there have been a better vibes fit for any player in the NBA than Jared McCain going to the Oklahoma City Thunder? I mean, I can't think of a better organization for Jared McCain. Just strictly, I'm not even talking a basketball fit.
No.
The rich get richer, honestly, for him. But like, he's making TikTok videos with Jay Will.
I didn't realize he was like one of these content creator guys.
Oh, he is huge.
But apparently he is very prolific in the TikTok community.
Yeah.
And there could not be a better situation because, I mean, it's like a team of content creators who can also play basketball really well. He fits right in. Just like I'm coming home. Like I've known these guys all my life. And here's several TikTok videos
I mean, for him, he's leaving a fan base that probably threatened to break his legs a few times.
Listen, he left a fan base where they throw batteries at Santa Claus. They have to grease the light poles when they win games. So this is, and then from that to the most new gen, I don't even know what they call it. They're not Generation Y. They're like baby millennial G's. I don't know what the fuck you call these kids.
Let's just call them Baby Yoda.
Sure,
they're Grogu's.
And
Generation Grogu.
He is warm and safe and embraced. And he's doing the weird post-game interview where they all show up and stand there like a bunch of stalkers. And he has never been, I mean, he has just never been happy. And he loves it. I mean, you can tell. Yeah. He is just ear to ear grinning.
Smiling all the time. They probably set him up with a host family. He has Sunday dinners. You know what I mean? They gave him like a little welcome kit, like welcome to the plains. Yeah. Here's some gloves 100%. And a muffler.
Yeah. Like some new lighting blow hard for his, blogging TikTok studio. I assume he has.
Here's a $25 gift card to Love's Truck Stop.
100%. 100.
And he's having the time of his life.
Yeah, he's just and like you said, I mean, we're not even talking about basketball yet. Just sort of personally, culturally.
He might get a ring.
He might. And you know what? Those kids are insufferable.
Yeah. And you know what? If he gets a ring, I could see a game where he hits like 4 threes off the bench in like prime time, and then he's there's a cut to him making a video where he's painting his nails and dancing, and then he gets into the next Verizon commercial. It's great. It's just the best fit.
No.
Meanwhile, we got Ryan Rupert going to Memphis. How was that for you? Seeing him in that jersey.
I really wanted
by the way, did Calabro mention his arms at all?
No.
I didn't notice. I didn't clock it.
I really wanted him to go for like 30. That would have been poetic.
Yeah.
But yeah, sad to see. I really like Ryan Rupert. It's one of those things that his game did not improve, I think, the way that a lot of people thought it would improve. You know what I mean? And that's, that sort of growth. But yeah, I hope he does well. I mean, he's got a great opportunity because he's gonna play a lot.
How many times did he start for the Blazers?
Maybe twice.
And then he started immediately. He's like, "Here we go."
Yeah, he walked in the door. They were like, "Hey, our new starting."
Hold on, check if he has a heartbeat. Yeah. He does. Put him on. Yeah. Let's go.
Get in the game, kid.
Yeah, it was weird. I've been very busy these last few weeks, so I hadn't actually followed the news of where he ended up. Yeah. So it was like a very pleasant surprise to be like, wait a second, I remember those arms. Those poured marble arms that Kevin Calabro rhapsodized about for like 7 minutes last season.
Yeah.
So it was a bit of nostalgia, and you could tell it meant a little bit to him. He was bringing it on D, and
he was definitely trying. And I think there's a healthy rivalry forming with CD. Because they've been good friends. I thought you were going to say the
Grizzlies and the Blazers again. I'm like, please stop.
No, it's a thing.
I don't want to vision the crow eating the rat anymore.
That's the rival we deserve right now. Maybe we can bump ourselves up to the Clippers or something down the road, but we're not there yet.
Okay. So that's just our ongoing segment of like best players for situation fit, which I think the Jared McCain thing is great.
I'll tell you
Harden
who else
in Houston was great.
Yeah, old buddy was Kuminga going to Atlanta.
He looks happy. He looks real happy.
Thrilled.
He is excited, and he brought it onto our heads. Oh my God. Maybe that's why Scoot isn't playing well. Honestly, is because of Kuminga.
I watched that game. I don't think Kuminga's feet hit the floor.
No,
more than 3 or 4 times. He was floating, just floating through the air. Just absolutely, just leaping around like a gazelle. Just pure vibes down there.
Who's coaching Atlanta? Is that Quinn?
That's Quinn Snyder. Yeah.
Do you think Kuminga's just like, oh, I got another white hipster. This is great. Like I'm just, it's like he's like Quinn Snyder's like a more stylish Steve Kerr. He's just the same person, right?
I think Quinn Snyder is a little bit more grounded than Steve Kerr. I think Quinn Snyder is Steve Kerr before the multiple championships.
And before he starts talking out of school about somebody else's medical condition.
The thing about it is, I think the difference in Coach A and Coach B if Coach B has never played with Michael Jordan is probably very noticeable.
Right.
Probably a very noticeable difference.
Yeah.
And so
I know what winning looks like.
Yeah, I think Quinn Snyder is the sort of I never played with Michael Jordan, so I'm still relatively normal.
It is just sad to watch them play the Hawks and watch them play not to be down again. I'm sorry. This is what a bummer podcast. And watch the Thunder. Watch the
Folks, you're not depressed enough with what's going on in the world. Come take a few minutes.
I mean, to watch the absolute vibes, just immaculate vibes of the Hawks and especially the Hornets, who there is not a group of young men on this planet having a better time right now than the Hornets.
Well, in a way, I think the Hornets are sort of the anti-Thunder, because I was going to say something that might get us banned from YouTube, but I think that the Hornets are basically the Thunder, but also sort of popular kids.
Okay,
like I think the Thunder are basically dweebs.
Yeah,
but
you think Con Knipple was
popular? They're helping with Con Knipple, but certainly LaMelo is
Well, LaMelo, the cool. Anytime he walks in there, he's the coolest guy in the arena.
It's Brandon Miller is another very cool customer, and
I will forgive LaMelo literally anything he does.
Well, and that's because he's leaving a bit of a trail.
Well, sure, but he looks at any situation on the court and is like, "What is the most audacious thing I can do?"
I mean, the one-legged fadeaway like 3-pointers and just
we play with a guy, you and I, who throws these ridiculous underhand one-arm passes that like are just like cherry bombs.
Yes.
And they have like 5% success rate.
Yeah.
But they are so fun. And when they make it, it's great.
Yeah.
And he comes back and
the entire, everyone, wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. He'll nutmeg you on a pass. Yeah. He doesn't care.
Just because let's have fun.
But he also he also is a very good player, and LaMelo is those things. And now the funniest thing about that Hornets game was Brandon Miller had a play where he got the ball and he had to go. He kind of looped under the hoop and came back out.
Yeah.
But he dribbled with his offhand. Yeah. And Calabro was with his offhand on the dribble. Like Calabro.
Yeah.
Of all the things that you can go nuts for, it was just sort of funny.
It just shows you there's not a lot to go nuts for in Portland right now. And it's tough because you watch these other teams with these other young cores, and like that could be us. That should be us. You look at Charlotte and you look at Atlanta, and obviously Detroit is kind of the.
That being said, any of these teams that we're talking about are 2 weeks away from being a shit show. So we never know what's going to happen.
That's the great part about it, right? How many times have the Knicks been the championship contender? They'll never win another game. The championship, you know what I mean? So you never know what's going to happen. And that's what keeps us coming back.
You never know.
If we knew the outcomes.
That's what a few weeks ago I talked about wondering if we were in a matrix, and that's why, because everything kind of regresses to the mean.
Yeah.
You can't get too high or too low. Speaking of which, Sean, the last thing I want to talk about, unless you have anything, how worried are you about the Blazers leaving Portland?
3 or 4 months ago, I would say I'm not worried about that at all. But we are in the matrix, a matrix built by the stupidest AI possible. So now I am increasingly concerned that maybe that's a realistic possibility. Because it just it seems like it's if I were placing bets on the poly market.
You can actually go ahead.
Sure I can, but I won't. I would not be betting. I wouldn't be putting money on the Blazers leaving quite yet. But I'm certainly paying attention. It certainly got me checking the news.
Yeah, and it seems like the pushback isn't unreasonable, but it's framed as being such.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, look at Seattle, da da da. So my question to you is, should they leave? Knock on wood, I hope they don't. Are you still a fan? Are you still a diehard fan? Are you still wearing the gear? Are you still following the team every night? what does that do? For you?
Well, so I think, and you never know for sure what you're going to do in this situation. But my initial response is I will hold everything that happened. I will canonize everything that came before the move. I will put altars up with Jerome Kersey and Kevin Duckworth and Clyde Drexler and Damian Lillard and blah, blah, blah.
You don't already?
Well, no, I don't already. But I would do that. And I would absolutely, my favorite team would be whoever is playing whatever the Blazers became. I would be the biggest Blazer hater if they left. I would absolutely. I mean, I'd have voodoo dolls.
So whoever the Blazers are playing against
is my favorite team.
Is your favorite team?
I don't care what happens in the NBA as long as the Blazers or whatever the non-Portland Blazers became.
It's a little peek inside your heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't betray Sean.
Yeah. To quote our franchise player Damian Lillard, I would pray for their downfall.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I know I have family in Seattle, and when they moved to Oklahoma City, they became the zombie Sonics, and none of them are Thunder fans.
No.
None of them are claiming Shea as like their player.
No. You claim Kevin Durant. You treat Gary Payton like the patron saint of the city when he's back. You offer Sean Kemp amnesty from whatever gun charge or alimony charge he's on. You say, come on to Seattle, Elijah. But Shea, no. He's an Oklahoma City Thunder guy, and the Thunder are not the Sonics. The Thunder are the Thunder.
The history matters to me. And if I was a Charlotte Hornets fan, it would matter to me that they've only been in existence technically for what? 8 years, 10 years? Because they became the podcast and the whatever. Like, this all matters to me.
Yeah.
And it would be so hard. It would just be really hard.
Well, the thing is, like, it's not even in Seattle. It's not even necessarily about the team. It's about the one asshole,
right,
who screwed the city over and took the team from them. You don't forgive that. You know what I mean? No. It's not like this was a sort of unavoidable situation and the fates and no, it was one rich asshole. One rich asshole got upset and he took the team. And in Portland's situation, it would be sort of a team of rich assholes. Right. So yeah, I'm absolutely not forgiving a group of hedge fund people for stealing our team.
Well, it's a weird, like, they have this like smoke screen right now where it's like, well, we can't even officially negotiate because I haven't actually signed the papers, but like they're like sending all these back channel signals and then they have Jerome Kersey, Terry Porter going to the state legislation and like posing with all these state senators and stuff, like, thank you so much, and meanwhile, like, we might have to cut firefighters and
exactly. Yeah,
we don't have
bridges are falling apart and all this other stuff. Yeah, no, I just we'll save the more political stuff for maybe another podcast. But that's our spin-off podcast called Politics Now. Yeah. That's right.
I there's this account I love following on Instagram, and it's it basically reposts like hey, what are those ads called where it's like, hey, I saw you at the gas station, you were wearing a green wig, you really intrigued me.
Like the encounters.
Encounters. They post those all the time. And where was I going with this? There was a point to this, Sean, and it was I'll come back to it. There was
hard-hitting analysis.
Oh. So the lady was like talking about this thing, and these are all the things that I saw, and I liked it, and you intrigued me, and we shared a smile, and da. But I hope you don't have a podcast.
Oh.
And I was like, oh.
But that's the gag. Everyone has a podcast.
That's the gag.
That's the gag.
So anyway. What an uplifting.
And now we will stare into the abyss.
All right. What should we end with? Should we do some more some Deni in hopes that he will return soon?
Well,
should we do some shade?
Yeah. Should I light some candles and get some sage?
Or should we do some Scoot? Should we go to the traditional one? What do you think?
Let's go Deni. It's new. It's shiny.
It's new. Yeah.
He lives in our hearts. Certainly not
We
living
love
on the
you,
court
Puma
right
Distortion.
now. We
Thank
want
you
him
for
to
that.
come back. We want to manifest his
Let's
healthy
go.
return.
Let's go.
So we can finally have some watchable basketball. Yeah, that beat drops pretty hard.
Yeah, and then it goes on, which I love because he's playing at his own pace. But he moves up and down. He's fast
this
and
is
slow.
really him kind of getting to the rim.
Puma Distortion puts a lot of thought into these.
He is the MVP. He's the real
is.
MVP.
He does not go to Seattle.